Hello viewer, if you're curious about the inner workings and power of DC's Source Wall in post-crisis continuity, then stay tuned for Wall the Basic Information. Disclaimers first, please support the official material. Stuff I show here is for informative purposes, and spoilers. On with the show. To note, the function of the source wall has been retconned or expanded on in the Rebirth continuity onwards. This video, I'll only be addressing what it was presented as during the post-crisis era. To hit the background running, the source wall is a barrier physically located in the fourth world, a dimension where the new gods live. It spans multiple dimensions and also walls off each universe in the DC multiverse. The inside or center of the wall is the source, an entity said to be the source of all existence in DC, and the new gods are closely connected with it. The source wall mainly protects the source from anyone wishing access or to gain knowledge from it. Those who have tried are trapped and absorbed into the wall. This source wall has trapped powerful beings such as gods and Promethean giants. Notable characters trapped are Darkseid, a new god, when Superman forced him there, Superman as well, when Darkseid punched him there, and Superboy Prime, where he was knocked out by the Teen Titans and put there by Superboy and Cassie. It appears a more powerful being will slow down turning to stone in the source wall, as Superman almost immediately turned to stone, whereas Superboy Prime didn't turn to stone for a while when he was trapped there. The wall was also able to notably trap Siva, a monster to the new gods, confirmed to cause tears in reality and stated could destroy all of existence. Initially, the source was corrupted, where Highfather and Darkseid sacrificed themselves to bring balance to the source, where Siva was then trapped in the wall with a nudge from Orion and Superman. For more definite estimates of the source wall's power, it's stated to have shot planet-sized chunks into space when the wall was breaking apart. And the wall was able to suck in the dwarf planet Tartarus to fill up a hole that was blasted in it. The wall was able to absorb the impact from Superman putting Darkseid into the wall, said to have shaken the fourth world star system. Note the star system consists of two planets, New Genesis and Apokolips, which are both Earth-sized planets, accounting for boom tube size adjustments. If you were trapped in the source wall, it's known to suck. Beings trapped there are said to undergo mental torture, being described as silent screams, where inhabitants are stated to be filled with pain and anguish. Additionally, the source wall is noted to slowly devour its inhabitants and drains their powers. Darkseid was trapped in the wall for at least a few months and lost his Omega beams before Superman pulled him out. Luckily, there is a way to escape the source wall with help from someone really strong, special technology, or god powers. As mentioned before, Superman took some effort to pull Darkseid out of the source wall as part of some deal he made with Metron. And when Darkseid punched Superman into it, Power Girl and Supergirls from different universes rocked and rolled Superman free with minor pain you can ouch for. And when Superman got Highfather's staff out of the wall, it was noted, with a little ingenuity, that unimaginable strength was required. But Superman also had to be careful not to get trapped in the wall himself. Metron was able to unwillingly free Ares in the wall when he was going through a phase. In short, using time and trans-dimensional manipulation. And later, he did free Darkseid, believing he needed to balance the universe, presumably with his powers and or Mobius chair technology, combined with a reactivated energy transponder. Throughout post-crisis continuity, any changes in the source and the universe has caused changes in power of the source wall. Before, when the wall shot planet-sized chunks, that occurred when the source was corrupted, with energy from it also being outsourced. Darkseid said that with the universe always shifting, every single point on the source wall is in constant flux, which was what made it difficult for him to try and retrieve Highfather's staff. And during the Countdown to Final Crisis event, the source wall was said to be breaking apart from DC characters moving between different universes. This was mostly due to a villain named Monarch recruiting people across the DC multiverse. And while the source wall was breaking during Countdown, Superboy Prime, artificially aged up at that time, was able to stand on the source wall with no ill effects. Anataz, an evil Satana from another universe, and a magically suppressed Mixie also appeared to have no ill effects being in the source wall. Despite the source wall's power, there have been several instances it has been bypassed to access the source directly. Darkseid was able to labshally access the source directly using technology from Apokolips with plans to corrupt it, without needing to go to the source wall. And when the source was corrupted, Highfather could call the source at the halfway point between Apokolips and New Genesis to sacrifice himself and Darkseid in restoring balance to the source, where eventually Siva got trapped in the source wall. Spectre managed to find a crack in the source wall and slip himself through into the source. He was able to ask and get responses from it, but it's heavily implied his overly wishful thinking overwhelmed him, causing him to leave abruptly. And no question, a monitor managed to interact with the source outside the wall, presumably using his monitor powers and or technology to get answers from it. And straight from the source, objects like Highfather's staff, believed made from the source itself, can be used to bypass the source wall. Darkseid created a portal or entryway on the wall into the source with the staff and ordered a mind-controlled Superman to enter it. Later, Batman went for broke and blasted a hole in it to free Superman. Also, Highfather created the new god Tachyon, gifted with the seed of infinite knowledge, where Tachyon was able to use his powers and presumably infinite knowledge to access the source directly and bring back Orion. And in the questionably canon Death of the New Gods, scot-free could break the wall when powered up with the anti-life equation. Now, if somehow you gotten through the source wall and into the source, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you can get out. Superman was stuck in the source after Darkseid put him there, which is why Batman had to use the staff to break him out in the first place. And when Orion was stuck there, one time he had to use a boom tube to escape, and the other, Tachyon used his powers to bring him back. Spectre was able to escape with his own power, though with his mind being overwhelmed. In conclusion, the Source Wall is capable of trapping powerful beings like Darkseid and Superman. Also, don't get trapped in the Source Wall, it sucks, and its power fluctuates based on the source's mood and changes in the universe. And finally, there are ways to break or bypass the Source Wall, like somehow being able to travel between DC universes, using powerful items like Highfather's staff, or just be really powerful like Spectre or Tachyon. Of course, that's just me. Read the full story and make your own judgments. Okay, that's all for today. Hope you have a decent source wall of information about it. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you like, and hope to feat you again.